Do we know if the plan that was presented in court today will effectively bury clawbacks on retail creditors if it's confirmed, and eliminate them, or like will an entity like the, I guess, liquidation trust or some sort of other trust, retain the right to clawbacks going forward? That's the question.
So it wasn't mentioned at all today. Would have been nice if there were some color on it, but there was the reference to retail clawbacks was not mentioned at all when they were talking about the structure of the plan or the post confirmation litigation. My sense is that uh, that the estate fiduciaries are actively looking at retail clawbacks. If I had to guess, I'd say it's more likely than not that they're considering bringing them. But there are different mechanisms to sort of deal or to sort of assert the claim. So, for example, there could be, forget about suing you for the withdrawals that you took within 90 days. There could be something in the plan itself that basically says that your claim, is determined by the amount of crypto that you have on the platform, less than withdrawals that you took within the 90 days. I guess what I'm trying to say that they could try and deal with the clawback issue within the confines of the plan, and it would be more efficient for them to do it that way than to have the post liquidation or post confirmation liquidation trust assert those claims. So no answer, but I think that they are actively considering it, I guess, is my sense.
Thanks, David. No, that helps. And I guess just to clarify, so let's just say hypothetically somebody withdrew $1 million during the 90 days prior to the petition date, but they still got 200,000 locked on the platform. What you're proposing is that instead of giving you access to a portion of that 200,000, they would keep that 200,000 in lieu of the fact that you withdrew $1 million.
Correct. And I mean,
Okay.
what their basis is, and it's come up, I think, in some of the town halls, is there's a section of the bankruptcy code that talks about distributions or claims or allowable claims, I should say, what claims are allowable for distribution. And it's section 502 of the bankruptcy code. And 502D says the court shall disallow any claim of any entity from which property is recoverable under this section, and then they reference the preference statute. So they could, you know, basically, it may not even be a voting issue. It might just be a straight distribution issue, where they say a plan gets confirmed, and then say we're not giving you a distribution because you have a claim that is, avoidable. You're the recipient of a claim that is subject to avoidance, and until you resolve that claim, you're not going to get a distribution from the estate.
Gotcha. Okay. So my last point, and then I'll drop off, is seems to me that if this sort of a provision was baked into the plan, there's a good chance that enough people would vote against it, and therefore it would not be confirmed, right?
Yeah.
And so that's essentially the risk they run if they're going to play this sort of game, right?
Yep. How about if they play the game of not saying anything and then just holding it back, to the time of distribution, right? I mean, maybe that's another way to play it, where they keep everyone in the dark.
Yeah, and they're going to get a big fat middle finger from me yet again,
Yep.
So anyways, thanks, David. I appreciate it.